My friends, how are you? So I saw an absolutely hilarious video today that I want to discuss with you guys. And this video was, according to the person taking the video, is a farmer that has been a Trump supporter, has been MAGA for years now. Always out there flying his Trump flag over his farm. Well, this person that recorded the video went past that same farm today to find the Donald Trump flag was flying upside down and half-mast at this farmer's farm. Now, I have to take the person's word for it, the person that was recording the video, and they said that he has been a Trump supporter forever, proudly flying his flags, and that person said that there is now this difference going on this farmer's farm. And listen, this is exactly what we've been talking about. We've been talking about how Donald Trump's policies are going to negatively affect, well, everyone. There's no nice way to put this. If you're not a millionaire or billionaire, then this is going to affect you in a negative way. I see a lot of people comment a lot. They say if you're a Republican, you're either a millionaire or you're stupid. Now check your bank account to see which one of those you are. And that's kind of where we're at right now in this world, because the Republican Party does not give a damn about the working class of America. But even more important than that, they are rigging the system against you. They are trying to make it harder for average working class Americans. So obviously I've been talking a long time about how rural America is going to get hit with this. I have presented my observations to you guys. When I drive around, for those that don't know, I guess I'm a trucker by trade. That's what I do. I travel all over the country. When I drive around through these rural parts of America, I am noticing an astonishing lack of Trump flags being flown all over these small houses, or small towns rather, in America, where it wasn't that long ago, and for the last nearly 10 years straight, you would see Trump flags all over the place out there. And now you don't see them anymore. And I know there's a lot of coping going on the right now, because last time I pointed this out in a video, a bunch of lunatics, let's call them, showed up on my channel to tell me, well, yeah, it's because the election's over, dummy. That's why you don't see any Trump flags. Well, listen here, dummy. If I know anything, I know that Trump supporters love flying their flags anytime that they can. And it's an observation I've made. I have visibly seen Donald Trump losing support in rural America. And I don't know what that necessarily means, but we're seeing it all over the place. We're seeing it in the town halls where the Republicans are being run out of there because they've got to answer tough questions about why they're allowing Donald Trump to stomp all over the livelihood of rural and working class Americans all over the fucking country. And of course, obviously, that is a problem. But I guess the funny part about it, if it's funny, I don't know how to put it, my friends. Yes, if you voted for Donald Trump, you deserve to live with the consequences of making such an ill-informed, stupid vote. That's what you deserve it. Because there's so many people that didn't vote for Donald Trump that are now living through the absolute bullshit that this man is causing for everyone else. But I called it from the start, my friends. And maybe that doesn't make me as intelligent as I think I am, because last time Donald Trump slapped on a bunch of tariffs, which caused farmers all over the country to basically go bankrupt, and then the country had to bail them out. And what's shocking about that is the farmers came back once again to vote for, yet again, Donald Trump. I don't know what they see. I don't know what's going through their heads that they think that Donald Trump gives a shit about them. Donald Trump doesn't even give a shit about Elon Musk right now. He's literally one of the driving forces behind the Tesla stock dropping because he keeps fucking around with these tariffs. Now, Elon's crashing his stock all on his own. You know, there's the whole Nazi thing. That's a real problem, isn't it? There's the whole trying to buy elections in America thing. That's a real problem. And the list obviously goes on and on for all the ways that Elon Musk was going to crash his stock all on his own. But Elon is close to an absolute mental breakdown on the news every time he goes on. He gets a little sadder looking every time. And I don't know how to say this. I don't fucking care. The amount of damage that man has caused to other people's lives, I don't give a shit if he's sad at the end of the day. That doesn't matter to me. You're talking to who once not, or talking about a guy that not long ago was worth $400 billion, while he was putting paycheck to paycheck American workers out of work, calling them waste, fraud, and abuse. Putting our veterans out of work, cutting off aid to farmers, cutting off different programs that Americans need all over this fucking country. So if at the end of the day, Elon Musk ends up sad, it don't mean shit to me. That's absolutely fine. But since I've been doing this channel, I've been saying over and over that Donald Trump's policies are going to absolutely devastate rural America, going to devastate the farms. And part of that is J.D. Vance for his stake in the app Acre Trader. If you don't know about it, look it up. J.D. Vance is heavily associated with an app called Acre Trader, which has to do with trading acres all over America. Why would J.D. Vance be interested in American farmers going broke? I just don't fucking know. But it was hilarious, obviously, to see that this farmer was flying his Trump flag upside down and half-mast. And a lot of these people that support Trump just can't wrap their fucking heads around what is happening here. You hear it a lot with the guys that end up like with their wife deported, or the people that end up losing their government job because of what Elon Musk is doing. They all say the same thing over and over. Do you know what it is they say? Of course you do. They go, but Donald Trump, I voted for you. How could you do this to me? This is how completely clueless and delusional Trump voters are, because they think because they voted for him, all his bad bullshit policies that he said he was going to do to people, they think they're exempt from them. They think that they no longer have to deal with the consequences of their own fucking actions. And what makes them evil, what makes them absolutely evil people, is they were fine with it happening to someone else. As a matter of fact, they were cheering for it to happen to someone else. But this poor farmer, this poor farmer's got his damn flag upside down, showing a symbol of distress. And I'm not quite sure I understand the half-mast, because that's normally, I mean, there may be other uses for it. Feel free to tell me in the comments. But that's normally when a person of importance dies. And I don't know what person this man thinks died, but clearly the upside-down flag is a symbol of distress. And you're damn right. Donald Trump was absolutely going to fuck you over the entire time. He wasn't going to take care of you. And it's a shitty way for all of us to find out. And I don't know, my friends, I say this over and over on this channel, I do not know if we even drag this country to midterms at this point. The thing that I think may save us is the growing risk between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. I think that's going to blow up soon. I think that they're going to have a very public breakup on Twitter for all of us to see. A video for another day, but I bet at that point Elon Musk comes clean with what the fuck he actually did during the election, because look, they were up to something. That's all I know. They were up to something. Brighter people than me have taken on that topic all over YouTube and TikTok and what have you, but they were definitely doing something. And I think that's when this breakup happens, we start to figure out what the fuck happened with those two. But I forgot what I was saying. Hold on. So the point was the goddamn entitlement of MAGA to think that they could go out and vote for a president that said he was going to harm people's way of lives. He was going to make things more difficult for people. And they thought that didn't apply to them. And it warms my heart just a little bit to see that it does apply to them. I don't like to see people suffering because the president's incompetent, but the people that voted for him should absolutely pay the price for what he's doing. They should absolutely get caught up in it. So I'll never understand why MAGA thought that these policies weren't going to affect them. I'll never understand why they thought tariffs were going to save the fucking world. As we can see, it's an absolute disaster, and it hasn't gotten any better over the last 3 trading days yet. But the point is, Donald Trump has made a fucking mess of the country. He is rapidly losing support, even though the MAGA bots and Russian trolls want to run through comment sections and say it's not true. We absolutely know that it is. What does that mean? I don't know. We have to pull through till midterms. And I think if we do make it to midterms and we have free and fair elections, I know this is just me being hopeful for the future, but I think the Republican Party is absolutely going to get crushed. At that point, if that happens, it is up to people like me and people that are on the internet making content to not let people forget going into the next presidential election what Donald Trump has done to them. Because when the Democrats come in, granted they win the midterms, they're going to fix a lot of the fuck ups that Donald Trump has done, and Donald Trump is going to pat himself on the back on the news and tell you how great he is and how much he has done. One other thing I wanted to talk about was nothing. That's the end of the video. That's all I had on my mind. It's just good to see MAGA getting screwed by Donald Trump's policies. If anybody deserves it, it's them. That's the video. Love you guys. Bye now.